intervene. Unfortunately, our minister decided to run off before actually listening to youth, which happens to be a thing that happens all the time. And also tokenizing youth, as in to say that, oh, we're here to listen to you, and not actually acting on anything that's being said by the youth. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. The first one that I want to say is that climate scientists have acknowledged that Canada cannot build any pipelines from the tar sands and cannot expand the tar sands in Alberta if it wants to meet its 1.5 degrees climate targets. This is something that I would have wanted to say to Catherine McKenna, but she's no longer here, unfortunately. The Treaty Alliance Against Tar Sands Expansion was a treaty alliance between 89 First Nations, the Indigenous folks in Canada, also with Standing Rock that are in the United States that are protesting against the Dakota Access Pipeline. They are in full opposition of the Kinder Morgan Pipeline, the Keystone XL, Energy East, Line 9, Line 3. I mean, the list kind of goes on pipelines. Yet this government, the Liberal Canadian government, actually passed pipelines that actually go against what they're saying. It's saying that it's meeting with Indigenous peoples and Indigenous leaders, but not actually acting on anything that they're actually telling them to do. That being is that the full adoption and implementation on the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. About 99 youth got arrested on Parliament Hill in Ottawa, in Canada, for protesting against Kinder Morgan Pipeline, which will go into governmental review next month, and it's a high probability that they'll probably just end up passing that. So 99 youth had to get arrested in order to show to this government that their view of climate justice is not the same view that this government, the Canadian government, is view of climate justice. Our vision for climate justice as youth, with the Canadian Youth Delegation and with Sustain Us and with other youth delegations that are here that actually want to have climate justice, is in solidarity with Indigenous peoples across this world. It's for a just transition away from fossil fuels by pushing for zero emissions by half-century. Being solidarity with those in the global south that are asking for the high global greenhouse gas emitters to stop their destructive lifestyle against the environment, because they are the ones that are facing direct impacts of climate change, and yet the pressure on them to mitigate and adapt is all on them. Whereas Canada and the United States and all these high global emitters are trying to use offsetting as a way to meet their climate targets. And adaptation in the global south can only go so far when mitigation within Canada and US isn't working. It's not happening faster and soon enough. And then, yeah.
I just wanted to say that the Canadians have been great partners. They were very hands-on, engaged in organizing this, and we have representatives from the Canadian government here, so they are not outside the room. I'm sorry, but we ran out of time, but thank you so much. On behalf of the Ministry of Climate Change and Emirates Youth Council, we would like to thank you for coming to the circle and continue stay motivated. Thank you guys, and help yourself for a beacon of light, solar kit.